Hey everybody, this is Tony, Tainted Lord A7, and here's episode 2 of Have You Heard This? Where I pick out 6 random albums for my collection and ask my viewers if they've heard them or not, and talk a little bit about them as well. So, yeah, a very simple format, and hopefully everyone discovers something new in this episode. So, yeah, let's get started. The first one that I chose is Sirenia, Perils of the Deep Blue. Now, Sirenia are one of the many symphonic metal bands that has a female fronted singer in it. And while this band doesn't really um, change anything when it comes to female fronted symphonic metal bands, I think Sirenia's Perils of the Deep Blue is really solid. Um, just a really solid symphonic metal album with some really good female vocals in it. This album can be really vast and bombastic, and definitely at times reminds me of early Nightwish. But in terms of symphonic metal, this is just a really solid album from Sirenia. And Perils of Deep Blue is definitely an album that would satisfy anyone who's into that whole epic, bombastic, symphonic um, metal bands with a really strong female vocalist singing the songs on them. So, yeah, Sirenia's Perils of the Deep Blue, a very solid album. Next one I picked out is Warden Christ Genesis. Now, when it comes to Warden Christ, I don't hear anyone really talk about Genesis from Warden Christ, and I feel like this is a really underrated album from them. If you want some really good extreme metal, borderline death metal album, I really think this album is really damn good. You know, if you are a fan of Warden Christ, Genesis is definitely an album to check out. Like I said, it's like extreme metal with some death metal moments here and there, and it's just a really solid album. So yeah, very underrated Warden Christ album, but Warden Christ Genesis is definitely a good album in their discography that needs to be talked about more. So there you go, Warden Christ Genesis. Next up is Slaughter to Prevail. Yeah, Slaughter to Prevail, Chapters of Misery. Now, this is just a really short EP on that a really short EP from Slaughter to Prevail, and on this album, it packs a punch. Like if you want some brutally crushing, in-your-face deathcore with a vocalist that sounds like an absolute beast, this album is just crushingly heavy. It's brutal. It's brutal, in your face, heavy as hell. And in terms of deathcore, this is definitely some heavy stuff right here. And this is just a short EP, but it really does pack a punch. So if you want some brutal deathcore with some gnarly vocals in it, I definitely recommend check out Slaughter to Prevail in the app and the EP. Yeah, EP Chapters of Misery. Just a really good release from Slaughter to Prevail. The next album I picked out is a band that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but I really think this band needs to be talked about more, and that's Scowl. Scowl and I guess self-titled EP. Now, Scowl is a little bit of a special band because this is actually Phil Anselmo's black metal project. You know, Phil Anselmo from Pantera, and he does black metal on this album. But it's not like the kind of slow atmospheric kind, but the kind of fast, in your face, almost punk rockish sounding black metal. Like this is just fast, furious, heavy as hell, and just crushes you. You know, like I said, this is the kind of fast, in your face black metal that doesn't let up and is absolutely relentless. And who knew that Phil Salmo can do black metal so well on this release? So yeah, Scour's short-lived EP really does pack a punch, and if you're into black metal, I definitely recommend checking out this release. This this absolutely crushes, you know? And yeah, if you love black metal, definitely check this release out. Next up is Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, Baby 81. Now, this is a band that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but if you're into like some hard rock and roll style music, Black Rebel Motorcycle Club is a solid band, and Baby 81 is a solid album. If you're into the whole hard rock and roll, sleazy style, and it's really good. It's a really good release. I'm not really, I don't really follow this band that much, but this is a really good underrated album from Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, and like I said, Baby 81 is just a really good hard rock and roll album. Definitely check this out if you're interested. And the last album that I picked out random, and the last album that I picked out randomly is The Showdown. Blood in the Gills. Yeah, Blood in the Gills by The Showdown. So yeah, if you love your groove metal and your metalcore mixed in, I definitely think you'll enjoy this album. Yeah, this album is a good mix of groove metal, metalcore, and some southern tinge moments here and there. But yeah, The Showdown is just a great band, and Blood in the Gears is just a solid album if you're into some groove metal, metalcore, with some southern tinge moments here and there. Yep, it's very riff driven and very groovy as well, but this is just a fun, solid release. So yeah, if you love your um, groove metal, metalcore from the early 2010s, then definitely check out The Showdown and the album Blood in the Gills. Great album. And that's episode 2 of Have You Heard This? Let me know if you heard of any of these albums I showed off, and if not, then definitely check them out. Um, yeah, not sure when my next episode is going to be, but hopefully everyone enjoys this one. So take care and thanks for watching.